and then about the flow of control. But I missed the last topic, that was about the arguments. So out of the 3 topics that I was supposed to complete in the previous video, I completed only 2. So one was left. That was about the arguments or the parameters in the function definitions. So this remaining part of the previous class we will study today. So in today's class we will study about the arguments in a function and then how to pass arguments into the function. So today's topic will be the arguments in a function. So to start with this topic, I will have to tell you one thing, that when we define the function, as I told you before, the function will perform some sort of task when it is called. That's correct. The function will perform the task when it is called. Correct. What task the function will perform? The tasks that has been defined in the function. Correct. But when the function performs the task depending upon the values which is supplied by the function that has called it. For example, suppose I know how to add the 2 values. I know how to find the sum of two numbers. I know that. So, to find the sum of 2 numbers has been defined inside me. So whenever I will be called, I will try to add the 2 values. Now, what values I will add? Either I will add the values which is taken by myself itself, or I may add those values which I will get from the person who has asked me to add the values. So then I have been called to add the 2 values by the person X. And if I add those values which the person X wants it to be added by giving to me, then for me those values will be called as arguments. And such a function will be called as the argumented functions. So basically there are 2 types of functions. One is non-argumented and the other is argumented. Always the argumented function is preferred over the non-argumented functions. It is because of the fact that the argumented function performs the task with those values which is supplied to the function when it is called by some other function. Take for example, a general store, a general shop. You go to the shop and you ask that Mr. X, I want this, please give it to me. The shopkeeper will give you only those items which you have asked to give. He won't decide it by himself that what items he will give it to you. So now you tell me that shopkeeper is an argumented one or a non-argumented one. Because the shopkeeper knows that what it has to do. It has to give the things which in the shop to the customer. But what things he will give to the customer? He will decide it by himself, or he will decide, or it will be decided by the customer. So if the shopkeeper is giving those items to the customer, which the customer has asked him to do, then you can say that the shopkeeper is an argumented one. Or if it does in this way, that you go to the shop, he will see your face and then he gives the item by his own, then that shopkeeper is the non-argumented one. Not tell me which is better, the argumented one or the non-argumented one. Obviously your answer will be the argumented one. So obviously the argumented functions are much more preferable than a non-argumented one. In the same way, you can take some more examples. The waiter in the restaurant. When you call the waiter knows that why he has been called. He knows that what he has to do. He has to serve the food to the clients. But what food he will serve, that is decided by the waiter itself, or that will be decided by the one who has called him. So normally you see children in the restaurant when you go, you give the order to the waiter that please serve me with this and this and this and this dishes. So now tell me whether the waiter is a argumented waiter or a non-argumented waiter. Your result will be exactly the same as I'm thinking. The waiter has to be a argumented one. In this situation, you can take many examples. You can see around yourself, many examples are there. A lawyer is argumented one. A doctor is argumented one. A tailor who stitches your clothes, is he not an argumented tailor? He stitches your clothes as per your requirement, or he stitches by his own requirement. Imagine a tailor is a non-argumented one. Then you can think that what kind of shirt or other pant you will get. Imagine a waiter is a non-argumented one. Then you can think that what dishes you will get, whether you like it or not, but you will eat it. Think a grocery shop person who is a non-argumented one. You want some other things, but you will get some different things because he is a non-argumented person. So from the real life, you can make it very easy, children, that the argumented things are much more better than the non-argumented things. In the same way, that applies to the function also. The function has to be the argumented one rather than to be a non-argumented one. Now, children, you must be knowing that there are two types of function. One is the argumented function and the other is a non-argumented function. Once again, listen to me, just to clear out this point. An argumented function is one that does the task with those values which is supplied by the function that has called him. On the other hand, the non-argumented functions are those which does not take values from some other function that has called it. So I am going to take one more example, a very interesting example. Take the example of a halwai. You know what's the halwai? The person who comes to your home and then he needs to make some sort of dishes when there is some sort of function in the home. So take for example, कि आपके यहाँ शादी का function है कोई, and you called a halwai into your home, and you ask him to prepare such a dishes. You ask him to prepare laddu, barfi, chena, rasgulla, malai kofta, and so dishes. You are given a list of the dishes that you want him to prepare. The halwai knows how to prepare the dish. That halwai knows how to prepare the dish. It means that the halwai has been defined what to do. But will he prepare the dish as per his own need? What dishes the halwai will do? That is decided by halwai itself or the person who has called him. Exactly. The halwai will make the dishes which is decided by the person who has asked him to make. Even though the halwai knows how to make, but he will make those dishes which is asked by the concerned person who has called him. So now you can say that the list of the dishes that the halwai will make, the name of the dishes is an argumented to the halwai, is an argument to the halwai which is given by the person who has called him. So now there are two functions, one which has called and the one which is called. Suppose the person X calls halwai Y to make the dishes ABC, for example. A person X calls halwai, that is Y, to make the dishes ABC. Then in this case, the person X is a caller function. Person Y is a function that is to be executed when it is called. And for that person Y and for person X, for both, this ABC are the arguments. For both their arguments. For person X also ABC is an argument, and for person Y also ABC is an argument. Now these arguments are of two types. Formal, the actual arguments and the formal arguments. So that thing we'll discuss later on about the types of argument, that is actual argument and formal argument. That thing I'll discuss in the next class. But right now you should know that what is an argument.